Alright, while I'm out here cleaning my bike after kind of a muddy ride the other day, I wanted to talk just real quick about the experience I had putting on these handguards. And really, it's going to be a quick video because it was a very painless mod to make, but I wanted to talk about it because I have heard from other rally owners that getting their handguards on was a nightmare, and I think a lot of that has to do, I think the reason why it wasn't hard for me has a lot to do with just what I'd already done with this CR Mid Pro Taper bar mod that I talk about in a different video, and I mentioned I was going to put these on, so I just wanted to talk about it. And I think the single biggest factor in making this painless were these Zeta triple mount mounts. They just go on your triple clamp. And if you go this way, you need to make sure you get the front mount ones. They make a side where these holes are on the side. If you have a rally or even just a 300L, you're going to need the front mount Zeta triple clamp mounts. Now, doing this, the pro is that, this is absolutely rigid. There's no play in it. The con, similarly, if you don't like exactly how this is positioned, you're just out of luck with this situation. You can't, like, if you have the kind that clamp just with a clamp here, you could obviously adjust the handguard however you want. I happen to really like the way it's positioned, so that's not a problem for me. In fact, it's a bonus because I'm never really sure that I'm going to get them the same and between both sides. I like everything to be balanced, symmetrical, same positioning here. So for me, having a set position to mount these two in the front is a huge bonus. But beyond that, everything fit really nicely. Now, these handguards that I got are Zeta ripoffs. They're from China. I got them on Wish. They don't sell them. At least the link that I used doesn't work anymore, but I've seen the exact same things on eBay. I'll put a link if it's still active. When I post this, I'll put a link to these. But they're just cheaper. Obviously this would work great, probably even better with actual Zeta handguards. This is only made by Zeta, and the only place I could find this in the United States, well, I couldn't find it anywhere in the United States. The only place I could find it, period, was off of a site called WeBike out of Japan. I'll put a link to that. They had plenty of them when I ordered this. Hopefully that's still the case. Or suppliers in the United States. You can find a lot of the side mount ones, but not the front mount ones. A couple little things that I did run into. This cable guide here for your brake line I had to take that off, then I put these on, then I just put it back on, and it's kind of pushed out slightly because of these bolts that hold in these triple clamps. Didn't bother me, but I've seen people kind of, do mods to put this in a different place. I just zipped it in there and it worked fine. On this side, on the throttle side, kind of the same thing. This cable guide here, this wire thing, pushed it right. There's kind of a lot of pressure there that I didn't like, so I just kind of had to pull this. I just pulled it down until it kind of pulled down a little bit enough so there's not a lot of pressure of these cables pushing against the triple mount clamp. But really, other than that, it was very painless. One thing I wanted to, in fact, I made a video of it when I was doing it, so I'll try and tie that in. It's not a great video, but it'll get hopefully it'll get the message across. I had to cut off a little bit of the throttle handguard, which I knew I was going to have to do, and most likely you'll have to do too. And I've never had good luck getting this straight all the way around, so I did a little trick that, I held a flat razor with some pliers and just kind of followed the existing line that was in these Oxford grips. Worked out great for me. This is by far the best, straightest line I've ever gotten from this, so I'll patch that in. You'll probably see it right now. Okay, so for the throttle side, I do need to cut off about that much of my grip so that obviously the guard doesn't interfere with the twisting. I've done this a couple times before on different bikes, and it always looks like garbage. I think the thing I have in my favor right now is that these Oxford grips have a line right where I want to cut it. And I'm going to try using just a flat razor blade with some pliers to kind of keep it straighter and just go straight in to that crack. And I'm hoping this makes a nice, it looks like it's going through. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Alright, well I think that worked out better than in the past. This is what it usually looks like when I do it, but I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, so that is that. Again, these are Zeta clones, so not the exact Zeta. I will say that, you know, you might be able to see it's kind of bent out a little bit. When I put this in, if I flatten that out, this front part would be back here, so I tightened this up a decent amount, and then I just kind of pulled it out. It's aluminum, so it's not terribly difficult to pull out, but that's pretty standard. These are all one size fits all, so there's always a little bit of finagling depending on the dimensions of your bike. But it all worked fine, and I really like these. They're solid. I like the look of them. They're pretty minimal, and I feel a lot better about the protection that they're going to give me over just the little plastic flaps that come standard on the Rally. So happy with that upgrade. While I was at it, I decided to throw on my double take mirrors that I had taken off of a previous bike that I sold. I still like the stock mirrors, but these are obviously more rugged. They're going to withstand a crash a lot better, so I figured while I was at it, I'd put them on, and they do look pretty cool. Hopefully this video is coming through all right, because I put my helmet on so I wouldn't have to be holding my phone while I talked about it. Anyway, highly recommend this method if you're going to get some handguards on your Rally. The other nice thing about getting these triple clamps is you don't need to worry about what size. These handguards come, some of them with different size clamps, and where this would mount up, it's kind of in between the 7/8 and the 1 1/8 point. It's kind of tapering right here, so that would have been an awkward place to put the clamp, but you don't have to worry about any of these. These actually come with the 7/8 inch clamp, but I knew I wasn't going to use that, so I didn't care. So that is that. Hope that's been helpful. Thanks for watching.